Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here. Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Yes, that's right. That's where we are. Is that where? Yes, that seems to be where we find ourselves. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. And it is the best week of the year because it is my staycation, which means we have the wonderful Sarah.
Hello.
It's the most wonderful week of the year. It's Sarah week during my
Hello.
staycation. So, hello. And this year for staycation, instead of doing like a tropical, fake tropical-ish thing, I just said, you know what? Roses. That 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 vexing Turkish flower that everything eats.
Mm-hmm.
How on earth it ever survived, I don't know. Everything eats it. But anyway, here we are. So we're having different colored roses all week. All right. So
I
we have.
do want to go ahead.
I was going to say we have excellent troll slayers. We have got a fantastic community because of you and your kindness. Thank you. It's actually a joy to read the chat before I come on. That's that. I was warned that would never happen. So thank you. And if you're watching on replay, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. Miss Sarah will be timestamping today. And or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed, which I do a lot on YouTube. So and when I say I'm here every day, I'm not kidding. Sarah and I this morning we were sitting down working out our schedules.
As we do.
Oh man. Mine is just solid lines across.
Mm-hmm.
Just every day. Anyway, but make it work because this is amazing. Okay, so you were going to say something, my friend.
Oh, I was just gonna say, you guys are so kind to each other and to us. I want to thank all of you in the chat this morning. I didn't get a chance to thank anybody directly for your just sweetness in checking and asking if I was okay after Beryl yesterday. Whew. Our local branch of the National Weather Service, and the Northwest Louisiana branch, did more tornado warnings in one day than it ever had in its history. 67 in a 5-hour period. Warnings, not watches, because watches you have ingredients, and warnings there are cake. We had 67 cakes yesterday on the ground.
67 tornadoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
just in Shreveport.
Well, in our area, in our geographic, area. in the Northwest Louisiana quadrant. Yeah.
But there's no climate change. No,
none whatsoever. But Beryl, she was in and out, and she let people know about it. So it was a bit. And so those who were on sprints yesterday, it's like my phone kept going off, and another one, and another one. And I was like, but we're good. We're okay.
Stressful. Very, very stressful.
Yes. Yes. Very much so. Okay. Thank you, Kristen. We've got questions for today, but appreciate it. Yes. So, but yeah, so that was yesterday, and thank you for those who checked. And yeah. Sorry, it just took me a minute. I was like, John Candy's been gone a minute. But okay. Sorry, the chat just threw me off for a second. But you guys are amazing. So, having said all that, we're here, we're together. Let's go. Let's get into it.
And today I'm using the Tarot of Mystical Moments, which I particularly like. It's got really great art, and it's not huge. It's easy to shuffle. So, yeah, it's got good stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's good size. Right.
They're very pretty. They're very, very pretty. Oh goodness. All right. At 5:10. Y'all, do you want to pull up the picture for this that I sent you?
Sure.
Melania held a fundraiser in the Trump NYC penthouse by herself. She
Wait.
hosted.
Don't read the whole thing, especially
I'm
since
not.
hang on.
I'm
There. Okay. Y'all. I mean, I'm from Chicago and I'm like, y'all. So, okay, they say they raised 1.4 million in a night, but our goal is to get 50% of the gay vote for Donald Trump. Okay, look, we were going over our schedules this morning, and we talk. One of the best things about, which is one of the millions of things that I adore about this woman, is we talk about business. We talk about goals and organizing and breaking goals down, and all this great stuff like that. And it's good to have reach goals. Like, I have a goal of doing this or writing this or putting this out, but a reach goal would be, I'm going to get it done a week earlier, or I'm going to do like 1.5 of whatever that is. That's a reach goal. You're not likely to get there. I don't know what this is.
This is like some Stretch Armstrong go gadget BS. I don't know what's
go gadget vote.
Yes, and Interplanet Janet. This gay computer says no. I love that computer says no. I love Little Britain. My husband and I quote that all the time. Computer says no. But yeah, really, 50%
of the gay vote. So you can go stuff them into conversion therapy.
What?
Chris Cool says gay vote, isn't that covered in chapter 14 of Project 2025? Ding, 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 ding. So, and it's Melania who raised money. So, well, she's all about the money.
Yeah. So, I guess the question is, how's that going to work out for them? Wow. It's times like this. There's many times that I wish he was still with us, but I would really like some Leslie Jordan commentary on this. I miss him so much. He was on Will and Grace. He was in a lot of things, but he was sassy, and I miss him. And he would have something to say about this. So, yes.
All right, look, I was drawn to use this deck today. And the guides, the divine has a sense of humor. And I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, because you have to remember that I am an ally. I am a big time ally. And I have 4 nephews. 2 of them are gay. Okay. Ignore my broken finger, please.
You're good.
But 2 of my nephews are gay. I adore them. All right. It's just the card for the reading.
Well, I guess we are getting Leslie Jordan's commentary from beyond, because that's
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Now that I'm remembering who Leslie Jordan is. Yep. Yeah. 4 of Cups.
Yeah.
Refusal. No, they don't accept gay people.
Yeah. No.
Gay people don't accept them. 10 of Wands. That is one heck of a burden. 6 of Swords is you'd need a lot of people moving their vote over. A lot. But basically, this is a con. There's a con man with the Magician there. Knight of Cups. They will fight to get Democrats into office, because Democrats will let them live and love and be happy and productive, and not be vilified and made illegal. And there are always a handful of people in any group, especially any large group, who will vote against their own interests or want to pretend that bad things won't happen to them.
Oh yeah, no. Mm-hmm.
Of course not. But my personal experience of the people I've known in my life is that let's just say this as nicely as I possibly can, as nicely as I can put this together. In no way, shape, or form are LGBTQ plus people stupid.
Not at all.
Yeah. Anyway, so
yes, and Laura, in my own headcanon, Leslie Jordan was a sugar baker, just for all intents and purposes. So, all right.
Amanda Carrion says, my sister has a transgender grandson. Excellent. I love the hearts. Excellent.
Oh,
yeah.
Alrighty. Well, buckle up, y'all, because I need to thank Doral for bringing this to our attention at 11:40. And I don't think any of us had this on our bingo cards news. Marla Maples, remember her, is reportedly volunteering. Yes.
No, I just you should have. I kind of wish you'd said it the way you'd said it to me.
I forgot how I said it to you. Oh. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Sorry. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have said anything. No. That was good. It was just you were so. It's such a I think when Sarah told me this earlier, she was like, "Okay, I've got to break this to you, so you don't like spit your tea out across your desk."
Yeah. So, Marla Maples is reportedly volunteering to serve the next Trump admin, quote, in any way possible, up to and including being his VP. She's reportedly forgiven him for, she noted in the article that I found from Daily Beast, she's forgiven him for, cheating on her with Melania.
Wasn't her whole thing to protect her daughter from that whole toxic mess?
Hindsight and needing to be relevant, because, her daughter's grown and married and protected now, and she's no longer getting child support. So we're going to do what we got to do.
She has it for a while.
I mean, she only got $1 million, if I read that correctly, from the divorce settlement. I know. But again, remember, she took. I don't think anybody can take anybody, but I mean, he left Ivana for her.
Yes, indeed, and that was heinous. What both Trump and the way Trump and Marla humiliated Ivana.
Yeah. So, I mean, but she's forgiven Melania.
She's a fool. Page of Cups. Does she think that he's going to want her back?
I mean, we did note yesterday that Melania does not want to do official First Lady stuff this next. Ooh, yeah.
Knight of Wands. She's willing to jump through hoops for the King of Wands. Knight of Wands willing to do her little dance. The King. Queen of Cups. What the heck is the Queen and Page of Cups here? What is this emotional romantic thing here? Because if you think you're going to be the Queen of Swords, which is some form of power, You are 87 kinds of delusional. Did she fall and hit her head?
Every stick on the way down. She fell out of the Delulu tree and smacked every branch on the way down. To quote Lucy, ooh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, does she really find him attractive? Because he's not going to find you attractive. Not at your age.
No, Jolly, those are green colored glasses, as in the color of money. That's what those are. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
This is Marla saying this. Trump has not commented. I'm not saying that he wouldn't be up for anything. I'm just saying, for the record, this is Marla giving this interview.
Sylvia D says power and money it's an aphrodisiac. Then I am suddenly asexual because ew.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Oh, that hurt. I got lightheaded from laughing so hard, so fast. Oh, geez.
Sorry.
No. Okay.
She actually thinks he's going to have some success. What is this? Is this cannot be happening? Because again, I've got the Fool right underneath that. You're foolish. You're an idiot. Mm-hmm. Six of Swords. If he's Six of Swords. I pulled 3 more cards. 6 of Swords. So this is the swords in the boat, travel going up the river, prison type stuff. The last card here is 7 of Wands, which would be Trump on the defensive, and in the middle, the Empress to soothe him because she thinks there are great things ahead, and I guess money.
Well, I mean, the last I had heard from her is she and Tiffany were not happy that their budget for a hairdresser for the inauguration was only $2,000 collective back in 2016. They were mad that they were only given a $2,000 budget for hair and makeup. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the last I had heard from her.
Linda, yes, thank you. That is hysterical. But we have to, I think it does apply here. Actually, Melania's real slogan, invest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Star Melody Elizabeth B says, "Sage me, this chick is making my blood boil." Yeah, I don't understand this. I'm sitting here. I'm like, look, this has got to be a joke. This can't really be a thing because nobody would be that stupid, right?
There's a link.
Yeah, Raymond. Melania. Melania has some money. Marla's broke.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Rob D. Moolah Maples.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, Moolah. I have never heard that before. Did you make that up? That was awesome.
That was
Moolah. Good. Moolah Maples. Yes. Wow.
But how much? I mean, Melania is not going to stand for that. That's just no.
Well, it might cut her. It might give her some leverage to get out the door.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. So I've got to ask. is Dumpy going to... How old is she and what does she look like? Because even after they were divorced, he had a picture of her in a magazine wearing a bikini on his desk.
I don't know.
But she doesn't... Does she still look like that?
Last I saw, she still looked, a slightly older version of what she did then. From what I've seen, she's aged better than Melania has. Yeah, she's...
I can tell you exactly what's the quick core of this right here. This is low vibration corruption. This is the devil card. I know in this lighting it's kind of hard to read the bottom, but this is a devil card for the reading. The World, the Three of Wands, so waiting for her ship to come in. Two of Swords, that's a choice. Making the choice. Eight of Cups, so things left unfinished. Nine of Cups, which would be the Merchant with everything laid out.
Yeah.
I'm not picking up much on what he would.
Yeah. But no, she if anyone wants to Google Marla Maples 2024 and kind of see what she looks like these days, she's actually she's
Well, she considers herself part of the inner circle. And I'm wondering if he hasn't encouraged this a little bit, or
of course he has, for his ego. Of course,
for his ego. Knight of Swords at Five of Swords, adding insult to injury. And look at the man in silhouette and the woman like, but flower, but and he's just, crickets. Two of Pentacles, very shaky. Yeah, you are. Yeah. Moolah Maples, yeah. Good luck. This is a self-enforced error. And okay.
Alrighty. Well, at 23 even. Lisa, and a couple other people were wondering, Trump has not been seen in public for 10 days. Why? Is he having a health or some other issue that he's trying to keep quiet? I know he's got a rally tonight, but this is the first time he will have been seen in public since the debate, which is
what's word on the street?
There's conflicting word on the street. Word on the street is some are saying that he's just sitting back to see what happens with Biden, but that's he can't sit back. He doesn't. No. Others are saying that something's up with him, or that there's stuff at home. Can you do your phone in 12?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all.
No. It's we get this conflict with YouTube sometimes with Sarah trying to help me. 1 second. 12.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. No.
But yeah, there's conflicting words on the street. So.
All right. So why is this gross blankety blank graced us with the greatest gift he could possibly give us, which is his absence?
Yeah, Dar, there's been a couple of far off videos or whatnot but he hasn't been in front of a camera purposely, which is really unlike him. And it could just be nothing.
Okay. Card for the reading is the Star. his major presidential candidate. Fine. Fruits of labor with the Wheel of Fortune. So, yes, he had a chance for the he feel like he had a chance because of Biden's performance in the last debate. Problem is that hasn't, Biden's support has not evaporated amongst the populace. In fact, it's become stronger in some ways, which just burns Trump's toast. You disagree? Do you know something I don't?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, if you know something, but if anybody knows something different, please let me know.
No.
In the middle, I've got 3 of Swords. So it's definitely heartache, but whether it's legal or something else, well, but okay, so there's that. Knight of Cups. That, again, this could be health related, heart.
Okay.
I've got heart stuff there. And then the 10 of Pentacles, which is the dynasty.
Well, we know the heart stuff is not that he had a change of heart, because that would require that he,
Yes, have something larger than a tiny raisin.
Yes.
For a heart. Susan's asking perhaps experimenting with meds. That's always a possibility. Lisa says heart attack. I don't know.
Somebody said that his orange dye was on delay from China.
Nettie says, but he was on social media all weekend attacking Fox. Okay.
Yeah, he has been on social. That he has, but it's just it's odd for him to go for so long for a stretch with not him in his suit and stupid tie in front of the camera.
Okay, carpal reading again is the star. So he's the Gannett. Okay, the Emperor. Two of Swords. Decision. Howling at the Moon. King of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. What I'm picking up on is anxiety up to here about his businesses, about the money, the hundreds of millions of dollars that he is supposed to fork over, and that's not good for the heart. But what I'm feeling is just anxiety. So there's other stuff, other disasters in his life that he has to deal with. Do we have any idea where he is? Did he suddenly go to New York?
Well, he's been golfing, so he might have been in Bedminster, maybe.
Okay. I'm all I'm feeling is just kind of anxiety. Yeah, that's a good point, Warm Halo. Trump doesn't want to answer questions about Epstein. Also
that is true. Yeah. Well, because and as frustrating as that whole thing is, as CC Ryder rightly pointed out, he's only listed by name in there twice, and that was on phone message records. Now, is there Doe 174? Could that be him? Possible. That old stuff from 2016 is catching more stuff, and that's horrific, but that's not new.
Right.
And it was dropped. So yeah.
There was up here, or was it? This kid said maybe he's heard from Jack Smith. That's a possibility too. Just having a quick look. Yeah, no one's asking him about the Epstein stuff anyway. Of course not. Linda H says something big is about to come out. You watch. Well, I've been picking up on that for a while. So Anyway, all right.
All right.
Unless I look at something big about to come out. How about that? Just a general, something big about Trump,
Sure.
something that will just put him into orbit. Because don't forget, the Republican convention starts Monday. So part in this last 10 days, he could also have been getting ready with speeches, going over speeches for the convention and stuff like that. And plus, Stephen Miller is a bloodsucker, and he could have just been, draining too much.
That too.
Because my personal opinion is that Stephen Miller, if you want to talk to him, you've got to, send message up to the attic where he has to, uncurl his toes where he's hanging upside down in the attic. That's cute. Lisa K. Great. More space junk. If he goes into orbit.
That's hysterical.
That was good.
That's hysterical. That's very good.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. To Chariot. And certainly the convention. That's a big float. That's a big parade float. Chariot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the Emperor. So yeah, he's definitely been working on that too. Well, working.
Yeah, I was gonna say any other candidate, I would wholeheartedly agree. But
yep.
I mean, him preparing is him sitting there while his parade of sycophants come through and tell him how great he's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And how amazing he's going to be, or it already is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You mean his quote unquote working Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles where people are coming in, you're so glorious.
Mm-hmm.
So is something big about to come out, or maybe it's at the Republican National Convention, maybe it's always possible some of the other speakers are going to go off script or do whatever and just start pushing all the 2025 stuff, all the Project 2025 stuff, which he doesn't want because he knows he'll lose. But these are the suck ups, and this is him working. But as for what's coming, Judgment, Empress, High Priestess. With the Chariot here. This is big. The Empress is usually the country. So in front of everybody. Judgment, in front of the country. High Priestess, secrets coming out.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of Project 2025,
Yes.
I know a lot of you have been wondering, what can we do about this other than voting? Because, I mean, right now, that's pretty much getting the word out as much as we can in voting. That's where we've somewhat been limited to. But it also came to my attention via TikTok yesterday that you can also call the IRS and file a complaint about the Heritage Foundation because they are a nonprofit, tax exempt, and you're not supposed to be political if you're a nonprofit, tax exempt. And so if enough people contact the IRS, they will lose their tax exempt status.
We need to let's make a note and find that address and find out. Yeah, let's do that.
Yes. I'll have that ready for all of us tomorrow. So, yeah.
I have with Mars conjunct Uranus conjunct the fixed star Algol, which I talked about a couple weeks ago. I just have trouble with the idea that the Republicans in those 4 days are really going to manage to keep the lid on the crazy. I'm having trouble believing that with that kind of astrology for the convention.
Yeah, do you remember those those prank Pringle boxes or whatever jar of nuts, and you'd open up, the snake pops out. You know?
Yes.
Yes. That's the crazy coiled in the little thing, and it's just ready to go. Boop. Mm-hmm.
My man X says, FYI, Project 2025 has been renamed as Agenda 47. Actually, I've heard it called both things.
Well, Agenda 47 is what Trump has on his website when he tries to say,
okay.
I'm not for Project 2025. However, I have Agenda 47, and the verbiage is slightly tweaked point for point, but it's the same. But I disavow Project 2025. Sure, Jan. Sure. Okay. Woo. All right. Well,
wait. I'm having a psychic vision. I am seeing the Great Karnak. I am seeing many graphics I need to make in the future to help show what a complete scumbag these people are, what scumbags these people are, and how awful their policies are. Things that people can share. Yes, I'm having a vision. That was it.
Lewis, that's the file. Lewis has put the there's a form that you can fill out from the IRS, and he's put it in the chat.
Bless you.
Yes,
we just need to get the information for the Heritage Foundation and
yes
them and what have you. We'll look that up.
Yes.
Stay tuned. We'll see what we can bring by tomorrow.
Yes. All right. Well, and just sort of as an extension of the being out of public eye, he does have that fundraiser in Doral tonight. That's where he's been golfing, is Doral. Okay. So how is this rally going to go? Is he going to behave?
Where is Doral?
I think in Florida.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yes, Amy, get their fine number, FEIN. Yeah, federal tax number. Yeah.
It's in Florida. Yeah.
How's it going to go tonight? July 9th, 2024. Besides him saying the same garbage he says every single time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Page of one. So, yeah, that would be all the suckers. It's funny, right behind that is the tower. But the cards here aren't, well, they're not great, but they're not that bad. All right, devil. Well, he lies like a rug. Yeah, okay. Seven of swords. There's a thief. Two of wands. Far right communications in the center. I wonder why. How big do you think the audience is going to be?
Well, I mean, it's at his course. So
I've got a hermit card. And I've got it ends in a Four of Cups, which is a refusal to listen to, refusal to read the room, where he starts reading the snake again. Nobody cares. Nobody wants it. Or he tells the shark story, electric car shark story. Nobody wants to hear it. And people tell him we don't want to hear it. And he'll actually stand up there, because I bless Hal Sparks for all the times he sat through this. And we've sat through it with him, where he stands up there and he's like, do you want to hear the snake again? Do you want? And people are just crickets. And he goes, yeah, say yeah, you love it. You love it. And I just don't believe for a minute there's anybody there who's like, yay.
Right. Yeah, right? Who's like,
I don't.
Yeah.
There are the front row Joes who literally follow him around the country. I cannot imagine how they have the money to do that. But what am I reading on?
How the rally tonight's going to go, but I think you've already.
Yeah. Yes. Lady Eva says, I just pulled cards on the Heritage Foundation getting into trouble. I think there's trouble on the horizon for them. Okay, awesome.
Fabulous.
This kid says 5,000 attendees. Oh, okay. And says they live in their RVs. Okay. Interesting. I pulled 3 more cards. Ace of Wands. So Trump action, whatever. 7 of Pentacles, fruits of labor. So he's being his obnoxious self, trying to raise money, trying to gather as much money as possible to pay his lawyers. 6 of Pentacles. That's a charity card. So that's normal, except the card for the reading is the 9 of Swords, which is the woman who can't sleep with all the swords hanging over her. The stress and the sleepless nights. I'm getting anxiety rolling off this guy, like the bad smell that normally rolls off of him. It's not good.
Well. All right. At 41:15, Bernadette asks, do you think Republican women are going to jump ship and vote Democratic this year? They have a lot at stake too.
On the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there are going to be some women who are going to vote Trump no matter what.
Yeah.
But on the whole, are a lot of women who voted for Trump in the past can be like, no thanks. Vote for Biden instead. Ish. Well, the Republicans are counting on the women giving them the victory. This is the 6 of Wands. 3 of Cups. Women celebrating together, but voting for Democrats. 9 of Cups. This is, this goes along with the Knight of Pentacles in the middle. The Republicans are underestimating how many women are single business owners, single working women who they're not, I'll do what my husband says. I'll vote as my husband says I should. Right. No, they are underestimating women. 3 of Wands. These women, they've got bills to pay. They've got jobs. They've got families. They've got a lot on their plate. And if Republicans are not, and Republicans aren't talking to them, they're not giving them any credit. They're saying, oh, you're not smart enough to make decisions about your own body.
Yeah.
So 2 of Cups, this is a partnership with Democrats. There's just a point of which they've so insulted women that there just reaches a point where it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Stop treating me like I'm second class and I'm an idiot, because I'm neither.
This is true.
As a Kimchi Turn says, I'm a single working mom. Exactly.
The problem is that the GOP thinks that this is going to work because it did in 2016. I mean, he got in because of white women. Because white women predominantly voted.
Yes. For the record, not us.
Oh, no.
And we know none of you. So
statistically speaking.
Statistically, yes. But I just want to make that perfectly clear.
But that was pre-Roe.
Yeah.
That was pre a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, so they're still thinking that they can, because it worked for them before. Yeah. All right. At 44:50, Kristen asks, what's the status of Trump's karma bill? I say egregiously overdue, but That's just me. Kristen and Uncover the News.
Don't forget, there's a lot of people praying for him. And prayers have power.
Yes, they do. Sorry.
Hang on. I'm not as familiar with this deck, so I'm just having a look and seeing also what the energy's doing. He's a heinous human being. I don't think that's a big stretch. Like, oh my gosh, that I'd say that. Knight of Pentacles, Empress. He's there because there's a plan, and there are people smarter than him who are better manipulators than him, who have worked for years to get all those the worst people on the Supreme Court and in positions of power, and getting this jerk in place is just, sure, let's do that. So we can let all the extremism out. We can roll back all the stuff. Adding insult to injury, he's absolutely awful, demeaning, and an adjudicated R word with 34 felonies and an attempt of insurrection to overturn democracy in our country, etc., etc. He has made his decisions. But here's the thing, and this goes for all of us. We are all closer to the end than we realize. There's I don't see any way he could make up for this. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And he's going to leave this incredible, he's going to leave this disaster area in his wake when he goes. So, well, okay, Amy Sanders, that's an important discussion. I think we need to talk about that. Because, yeah. Anyway. Okay, Seven of Swords, thief. He's a thief who got the big chair. Queen of Wands, he's had a lot of people supporting him. 10 of Wands, burdened under all of the cruelty and selfishness. 7 of Wands, on the defensive. Yeah. 8 of Pentacles, even if he tried to change course, nobody around him would let him. Hanged Man. And he will, it's not going to work. It's not going to work this time. He was able to tap into something in 2016, but it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And they've been steadily losing ever since. The Republicans have. Yeah. So anyway, there was a really interesting, here we go. Thea Birdie is saying, Cash Peters calls this the energy war. We need to direct our prayers and attention to love and beauty and freedom. That is true. That is true. And big Cash Peters fan. Big, huge. Yeah. Where was the question up here?
It's from Amy Sanders.
Oh, here we go. Prayer has power, that is true, but who are these energies being directed to? God is not what these evangelicals pray to. Okay, here's the thing. We can all move energy. And if you can, like when I pray, I picture divine energy like pouring down on person, that event, that whatever that is I'm praying for.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess some of my energy would be in that, but I'm trying to picture the power of the divine coming down.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody ever played Gears of War, the hammer of God, that's what I picture in my head. It's like a sunbolt laser from space that he just like hit, like he like tags where it goes, and then you get this almighty blast from above. That's what I picture. Just divine energy just pouring down on that person or thing, or no destruction, quite the opposite. But you don't need to do that. You can move your own energy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a sea of energy, and all you have to do is you're praying from your own perspective, and you might be calling on God, but you're just using your own energetic levels, and you're focusing and focusing and focusing. And then some people get really good at moving that energy. It isn't that they're tapped into
Something that anybody else can't tap into.
Yeah. And they're not tapped into, some demonic no, they're just moving their own energy. They're not moving, because that's the thing about the divine. You've made the divine in your own image when he hates the same people you do.
Oh
Yeah. And if they're praying, God, I'm first of all, the way they talk is they grovel to the divine, which is not, no. Grant my prayer. I know I'm a sinner. I know I'm wrong, but please raise up this horrible person who's broken all of these laws and attacked people, so that my version of what you want, that involves a lot of cruelty, can spread across the world, and all of those people with the darkish skin will be forced out of the country. In your name I pray. Bullpucky.
Yeah.
But if I'm saying, divine spirit, pour your energy down on this person's situation, there are things I want. It's like at the debate, I didn't pray. I was praying for Biden, but I was also praying for everybody there, because all that would need to happen is everything there, everybody there, their vibration to get higher. It would get closer to the truth. Biden would be stronger. Trump's lies would be more obvious, because the falsehood really, if you get around a high enough vibration, falsehoods and cruelty and selfishness, it's like a seriously off note, like a bell. It's like off key. It's just
yeah.
And it helps the moderators who really needed a lot of help to ask better questions, get better follow-up. So that's my thing. No, Steve Mize, it isn't actually a Jewish-based laser, but I understand what you're.
But you also have to, and tagging on what you're saying, the reason why they're so good at moving energy is because, well, for one, they either they don't realize that's what it is, or they would never say that that's what it is, because that just defies the face of everything. But evangelicals, most Christian households, especially evangelicals, like the you are taught to pray at a very young age. Imagine, the now I lay me down to sleep, like, and so you're learning how to move, or you're practicing moving energy from the time that you can talk. So by the time that you're older, and and if you've been doing it, and if you're in the prayer warrior circle, there's you've gotten quite good at it, because those who are really good at prayer, that's what they're called, as prayer warriors. And so they're in their own little subsect in most churches and congregations, and those are who you go to if you've got something. Those are the ones that are in the prayer room for prayer requests or whatnot. You've got that group of prayer warriors, and those are the ones they're real good at it. They're real good. So
and
but they since birth.
Yes, and that's I love that. Thank you.
Sorry.
I was just no. I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's like they've got their chakras open, so they get that kind of high of having this open, but if it's not, let's put it this way, you're the whole thing about God's will, thy will be done in Catholicism. I don't know about other religions, but
no, it's a Baptist too. Yeah, on earth as it is in heaven. Yeah.
Thy will be done. That isn't just, yes, some people who are ill will, remain ill, but it's also things are not going to go the way you think.
Yeah.
And there certainly isn't going to be you're not going to be tapping into higher vibration stuff if it's to exclude, if it's to limit people, bring people down, weaken people. Because believe me, there are some of those prayer warriors, they're praying for bad. For some people who are bad to
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but it's true. See, I can't even wrap my head around that. How on earth could you pray for someone to come to harm? How?
It's because you're not a bad person. That's why you can't wrap your head around that. I mean, it's yeah. Karen Spitzer, that is correct. Just because you pray to God doesn't mean the answer is yes. Yes. And sometimes the best prayers are unanswered prayers, because imagine all the stuff that we prayed for and we really wanted as a teenager, as a young adult, and this is what I need. Please, 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 please.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing me a solid on that one, big guy, because whoo.
Yeah. Bullets dodged.
So many, like Neo in the Matrix. I mean, it's yeah. It is, Lady Eva. It is a Garth Brooks song. Yes.
So anyway, I thought it was important that we talk about that, because prayers, you can move energy, and it has an effect. Absolutely. But just because somebody's good at moving energy doesn't mean they're a good person.
No, not at all. No, and
it doesn't mean they're moving good energy.
Yeah. And if someone is praying for someone to be harmed, they're not a Christian. Yeah. They may say they are, but they're not. Because that is so not what Christ would have done back in the day. No. Oh, my shirt, Lady Eva says, "Thou shalt not try me." Mood 24/7. It fits.
She's been raising 6 children. Yeah. KR never said I was. Oh, I hope no one thinks I'm criticizing anybody. No. I mean, you're not going to be watching Tarot and Astrology channel if you don't have an open mind. That's
right. Yeah, no.
So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for us for today.
Yes.
But thank you for being here, and Sarah, above and beyond, as always. You are amazing, and I am so, so grateful. Thank you.
You are most welcome.
All right, so it's 1:14 p.m. here in Chicago and in Louisiana. At 3 o'clock, we will be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You are always welcome, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You are not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. All right. And we'll see you tomorrow. Same cat time, same cat channel. Okay. Bye.